Hello and welcome to Apex to Oval. I am your host, Alex. Next to me, that way, is my co host, Jack. And we're here to bring you racing updates, hot takes, and breaking stories from across the motorsports world. We got two F1 articles, or newsworthy stories, three NASCAR stories, two IndyCar stories. We have race recaps from NASCAR Xfinity and NASCAR Cup Series at Iowa Speedway. We have a race recap from the F1 Hungarian Grand Prix, and then we have our predictions, our main story, and two games at the end that you can play along with us. Let's get right into the F1 stories. I'll start with mine because mine's the lesser of the two. Audi F1 announced their title sponsor for the 2026 season and beyond would be Revolut. If you don't know what Revolut is, it is a credit card type company where it's like if you mix Cash App and Capital One or a credit card company together. They sponsor a lot of YouTubers, especially in the UK, because I'm pretty sure they're based in the UK. Don't know if they actually are anywhere else but the UK. I just know they used to be exclusively in the UK, if not still are. But yeah, they get a title sponsor. That's good, I guess. Good for funding, at least. But do you have any thoughts on that?
I mean, finance company is a finance company. I guess it's better than some oil state, paying for the team in full, basically, right?
Or gambling site.
Oh, much. It is nice to not have to see stake as the title sponsor.
Yeah.
So I'll take that.
Yeah. What about yours, Jack? What did you find
So this week, in a surprise to no one, spoiler alert, I guess, a McLaren won the Hungarian Grand Prix. In doing so, that was McLaren's 200th win out of 984 race starts as a constructor in Formula One, which I honestly didn't realize that their win percentage was above 20%.
Yeah.
I based on how they've been recently, I kind of forgot that the bad stretches were as short as they've been relative to everything else.
Yeah. They have been very dominant since they came into the sport. I believe it's 12 constructors and 12 drivers' titles total, maybe a little more on the drivers' title side, but they have been very dominant, matching Ferrari a lot of the time. The main rivalry in Formula One has been McLaren versus Ferrari for the longest time.
Well,
So,
Williams was definitely
yeah. I mean,
over the full history of the sport.
Throughout the full history, it's basically been McLaren versus Ferrari. Williams has had a few, Mercedes has had a few, Red Bull has had a few, but for the most part, it has been Ferrari and McLaren at the very top.
Because during McLaren dominance around Senna Prost era, I feel like Williams was kind of their main competition then.
Yeah, but you also had Lauda during that time as well. So,
but yeah, and just because I was curious, of course Ferrari's win percentage is still higher at 22%. They have 247 wins out of over 1,100 starts, if I remember right.
Yeah.
Which, first off, wow. Second off, it is wild that two constructors count for almost half of the wins in the history of the sport, and yet for the last decade plus, I mean, obviously McLaren definitely stepped it up last year, relative to kind of what they'd been doing, but they weren't exactly in that. They haven't been in that form for many years, either of them.
Yeah.
Until obviously McLaren this year, especially.
Yeah. I mean, Ferrari itself, their last championship, I think in any capacity, was 2006 2007 with Kimi Räikkönen.
And
And
wasn't
even then, it was kind of a fluke championship. I love Kimi, don't get me wrong, but like Lewis had a massive lead going into the final three races. If he didn't have mechanical failures in one of those races, which he did have mechanical failures in one of them, if he doesn't have mechanical failures, neither Alonso or Kimi are in that title fight. It's just Lewis. So,
and speaking of Lewis, wasn't McLaren's last driver's title before this year, like 2008?
yep,
Like,
yeah. Their last constructors also should have been 2008, but they cheated. You know what they did. You know, they stole from Ferrari. If people are watching, they stole from Ferrari. Is what they did.
tragic.
They stole Ferrari's car stuff, and yeah,
But it is impressive. It's wild to me that these two constructors combine for, you know, like a third of wins in Formula One history, right?
yeah, it's nuts. Speaking of, I was gonna try to. I was gonna try. No, it doesn't work. It doesn't work.
It's
I was
not
gonna
gonna
try to
happen.
transition. I was gonna try to transition. I was trying to transition. Anyway, Caden Honeycutt was released from Nice Motorsports today. After he.
Speaking of nuts, the most mind-blowing announcement ever, the NASCAR Truck Series.
Caden Honeycutt was released from Nice Motorsports today. Because he signed with another team and manufacturer for next season, and they said, "Screw you, goodbye." Zilich is riding in the 45 for Watkins Glen. Bailey Curry will serve in the 45 for the rest of the season, starting in Richmond. And yeah, Caden Honeycutt has to find a new team for Watkins Glen, otherwise he is disqualified from playoff contention, which he's currently the highest non-winner in the Truck Series. He's currently 6th in the standings. So,
Well, suddenly Zilich is the favorite at Watkins Glen. Might even win a triple header. We'll see.
yeah.
But yeah, this one is I would be more surprised if we didn't get the whole Corey LaJoie, Justin Haley saga last year. That was last year, right?
I think so, yeah.
Where you see teams put less resources toward a driver if they know that the driver's moving on, right? Like Kyle Busch publicly was moving on. Tyler Reddick's move to 2311 was announced ahead of time, and like really ahead of time. But it feels like we had a good stretch where drivers didn't get dropped mid-season for next year's driver changes. But I hope that Honeycutt finds a ride and manages to compete through the playoffs. I'm sure that someone will kind of take him up on it, because I believe that it's still beneficial for the teams. I forget exactly how it works. I think Bob actually put something out about this today, but I'm pretty sure that teams get prize money split from drivers' standings and owners' standings, and both go to the team and then distributed to the driver. So I imagine it would be attractive to have him drive for a team for the rest of the season over other guys that may be available.
Yeah.
But
It's just sucky that they cut him so close to the playoffs.
yeah, it feels strange in a lot of
Yeah.
ways. But I guess, the precedent's been set, and been set with Chevy with the like Spire Rick Ware swap last year. So yeah, but the speculation is that he'll be at Tricon Garage in a Toyota next year. Although, and obviously the vagueness is because Chevy and Nice aren't going to call out a competitor, but when they said like a different manufacturer and team, my first instinct was Ram. Ram? Is he driving for
Yeah.
Ram? Are we going to find out that team? But no. Like immediately
No.
people were saying it's Toyota. So
Funny enough, I did actually hear that they might, if they can't find drivers, which I doubt they won't find drivers, but if they might possibly be holding tryouts. They're not actually, and if they do, that'd be funny as hell. But I was like, if they actually do hold tryouts, what are the odds me and my sister go and try out? Like, I just learned how to drive stick yesterday. All right, I know how to drive stick. I can do it. My sister's been
NASCAR,
driving stick, and she does drive on the track. She does track days. Watch out. Ram
don't
seats, me and my sister.
don't Cup cars have sequential shifters? Like
Shoot,
just
you're right.
forward and back?
I think so.
I mean,
You're
I
right.
guess that should make it easier, but like, you know.
Yeah, but you're gonna see me in a cup in a truck ride next year. Don't worry. I'm about to go Connor Zillich on the ass.
You know who you won't see on track next week?
Who?
Austin Hill. Because, as he should have been, he was suspended one race for very intentionally right-rearing someone and very unfortunately sending them into the wall quite harshly.
Should have been more than a race. I'm gonna be honest. Should have been more. Should have been at least 3. But
Well, I don't necessarily disagree. Fortunately, new this year is the rule that if you get suspended, you forfeit all playoff points, current and future. Which means that even though he's had a very strong season, he will have 0 playoff points guaranteed going into the playoffs, which will hurt him, especially in the later rounds of the playoffs. So, in many ways, that could be his championship hopes out the window for making such a boneheaded decision, which
yeah,
is very much deserved.
over 30 years old, by the way. Over
yeah.
30 years old, still makes that stupid decision.
And, like, you know, hasn't really had a time in Cup, but longtime veteran of trucks and Xfinity. Like, he
I'm
has
just
been
trying
racing
to-
at these tracks and with a lot of these drivers for a while. Like, he wrecked Eric Almirola, who is, like, you know, retired from full-time Cup driving, but, you know, he's still running Xfinity part-time.
Yeah, not my goat. Richard Childress Xfinity ride. Not my goat. Jesse Love. My
For
goat.
sure.
Also, I just want to say, prayers up to Stuart Friesen. He got into a very bad accident this past Sunday. Yeah, it was really bad. He broke multiple bones in his body. He was in critical condition for a good amount of time. Got transferred to New York so they could do some procedures to help him get better. But prayers up for Stuart Friesen.
Yeah. I have seen some positive updates, which is good,
Yep.
but it was a nasty one.
Yeah.
I think they had something charity related that they put out, like to show support. I don't remember the specifics right now, but I'm pretty sure it got boosted by a lot of the, like, motorsports reporters.
That's good.
So that might be worth taking a look at. He, at this point, is obviously on top of racing dirt and all of that, which is where this happened. He is a veteran of the Truck Series at this point. Runs his own. Is it still Halmar Friesen Racing? Or did they change the name of the race team? But
It
runs his
is Tundra TDR Pro.
well, that's just the truck. But yeah,
That's
no,
the
it's
truck.
still
It's the
it's still HFR. It's still Halmar Friesen
Yeah.
Racing.
Yeah, Hummer Friesen.
Which
Racing.
he's been running in the trucks since like 2016, and he's had some very good runs. You know, very competitive truck. Won at Michigan this year, if I remember right, which was breaking a pretty long streak, and generally considered to be one of the good guys on the grid for the trucks. So,
Yeah. Prayers up. On to IndyCar. Newsworthy articles: the inaugural Grand Prix of Arlington. Their tickets go on sale on Wednesday. So for people who are looking for prices, The starting general admissions is $35 for Friday, $50 for Saturday, and $90 for Sunday.
Ooh.
If you want a 3-day general admissions pass, it's only $110. So you save basically half the money you would have paid if you bought them individually. And then if you want to buy reserved seating, they start at $135.
Dang.
Also, at the Grand Prix, though, free admission. There's free admission to children under 12 in general admission areas accompanied by an adult. So, there's that. Very excited to see how this Grand Prix works out. I got nothing else. I'm just excited to see how it works out. Glad that tickets are decently cheap, kind of, ish.
Yeah, I mean,
the 3-day tickets are cheap. The 3-day tickets are only $110.
Yeah, that's
you go
pretty good. Although
you go to
paying
F1
for
just
Friday
race days. Yeah.
Like 3-day for IndyCar is perhaps not as exciting as 3-day for like F1 because.
Yeah, but also like 3-day for F1's like $500 plus.
Oh yeah, well F1 prices in the U.S. are absurd, but that still feels quite high to me for IndyCar. Like for Pocono, I paid. I mean, I went to Pocono last year, like not this summer, but the summer before, and I probably paid closer to $90 combined for 2 reserved seats. And
is that
free
for
parking.
IndyCar or NASCAR?
NASCAR.
NASCAR, okay.
And obviously, IndyCar has had its attendance challenges, which is why I'm surprised. Their capacity differences, area differences, right? Middle of the Poconos is a bit different from Arlington, Texas, but I am surprised to see the tickets running up this high for a sport that feels like it's in a stage where it's desperate for eyeballs.
Yeah. Well, also, like, think about this. The Truck Series race at Lime Rock, the paddock passes were like $300.
But that's a paddock pass.
Yeah, but like this is the Truck Series, goddammit. Like, dog.
It's still a paddock. But what was just a regular, ticket?
Regular ticket, general admission was like $90
for the trucks.
For the trucks for the race at Lime Rock.
Lime Rock must just be expensive then. I guess obviously here, if you're setting up a street course, that's going to be expensive too.
I think Lime Rock to rent out for the day is like more than a couple grand. It's like $5,000+. No, maybe 15.
For hosting a NASCAR Trucks weekend, you're doing a lot more than just taking the track for a day.
Yeah, of course, but I think like base track is like $5,000 to $15,000+.
Yeah,
depending on what you're doing. So having it be $90 is kind of crazy, and they sold a good like couple thousand tickets. So
yeah, huh? Well,
yeah.
In other news, and speaking of getting eyeballs on the sport, Fox Sports. We're almost all the way through the first season of Fox's coverage of IndyCar, and they've seen enough. They have decided to buy a third of IndyCar, right around $130 million for that, and extended their media rights deal. I believe in the wake of this, they said, and I quote, that they could see the path forward, that they, it's obviously not a direct quote, but like they see the path forward, they know what they have to do, and they believe that there's like an appetite for it, for IndyCar racing. Like, we saw it with the ads going into the season. We talked about that in some of the early episodes, and Fox is clearly all in on making IndyCar their thing.
As long as NASCAR's around, it's never going to be their thing. Like, not even, like, just Fox's thing. Like, from what it, like, fans just generally... Like, if you're going to put IndyCar on the map fully, don't schedule it when the NASCAR race is going on. How about that?
Well,
because 90% of your fan base is going to the NASCAR race. They're not going to watch the IndyCar race. They're going to NASCAR. Because a lot of the fans are both fans of both. They just prefer the NASCAR. Like, start with not making the time of the race. Like,
I'm not sure how much control they have over that versus some other
I don't think they control any of it, but like if IndyCar wants to get more eyes in the sport, they might as well make it so it's either in the morning or later in the afternoon, or just anywhere that's not the NASCAR race.
Yeah, I mean, there's lights and other stuff that has to be worried about. Which, speaking of lights, this does obviously mean that I imagine that Bob Pockers's commitment to IndyCar will only increase. We're losing our hero slowly but surely. But I don't know. I think it's good to see investment and excitement around IndyCar. I haven't loved the Fox broadcast relative to what NBC was doing, but I do like that it's all on Fox instead of having stuff on side networks or on streaming only or whatever else.
Yeah.
And I also wouldn't be surprised if this means that we're seeing Fox drift away from NASCAR, because they're very, I would say nearly universally, at least disliked, if not hated, their coverage of NASCAR.
Oh, yeah. I mean, who is their current coverage for this past couple of weeks? Is it TNT?
TNT was for the in-season tournament, and then NBC's section of the season just started.
Yeah, Ben NBC. Ben the crew, the commentators on NBC. I hate them. I'll talk about that later. But
whoa, okay, that's a hot take.
Yeah, I do not like the commentators on NBC.
That is a boiling hot take, because NBC is considered like by far the better of them. And Fox,
Well,
I love
actually,
Mike Joy, but
yeah,
the Fox broadcast does have its share of issues.
yeah. So let me just preface this. The reason why I don't like the NBC commentators is the past like 2 races, like even this race too, they only talk about, at the end of the race, they only talk about the fuel. Buddy, he's saving fuel. We get it. But don't talk about him almost out of fuel like the person behind him is going to catch up with him. He's not. Like, I hate how they talked about the fuel and, oh my God, Byron's going to run out of fuel. Byron's going to run out of fuel. He didn't. Last week, Bubba's going to run out of fuel. Larson's going to run out of fuel. They didn't. They were all, Bubba and Byron were able to do a burnout. Do you think you're able to do a burnout if you're not going to run out of fuel? Like, yes, Byron was fuel saving like hell. But also, like, a lot of drivers do that at the end of races if they're leading, just in case there's overtime. So, what do you mean? Like, stop talking about the fuel unless it actually happens. That's my only gripe with them. Otherwise, they're good. But that fuel thing pisses me off.
I don't even know where to start with that. So for one, the reason that they're talking about it is because all of the teams are talking about it. Is because teams have recently been getting lucky, I guess, with fuel mileage, but there are very legitimate concerns over running out of fuel, right? Like, we talked about fuel-saving masterclasses. That's just how this stretch of races has been. And that's continued. That's why it's been the same across TNT and NBC, is that's just been the drama in the races. It is weird that it's played out that not only have they had enough fuel to finish the race, but then obviously had basically at least an extra lap or two's worth. But I think that's more on the teams than it would possibly be on the broadcast, because the broadcast only has the information that they have from what the teams are saying and from whatever data they collect that's available to all the teams, right?
Yeah. Because, like, my thing is, like, I'm cool with you talking about fuel if something happens at the end, or if you know that someone's going to run out and they need to fuel save hard, then talk about it. But
that's the situation that they've been in. They
have an extra lap at the end of the race.
Talk to the teams about that. Like, I don't know what you want the broadcast to do differently. Like, Byron's team was panicking over the radio. Like,
I need the commentators to talk about something else. And if Byron starts to fuck up with the fuel saving, then talk about Byron's fuel. But the last, like, 35, 40, maybe even 50 laps, all they talked about was the fuel. I didn't hear them talk about a single other thing but the fuel.
Because that's all that really mattered at that stage of the race. That was the battle.
Byron was making a charge. Bubba was making a charge. Nothing was being said about that. Byron was mentioned like twice in the last 50 laps when he was making an absolute beeline to the front. Like, I don't like it. I don't like it. Because I was expecting a great finish with Byron being close on fuel and having to save, and he's going to lose a lot of time. No. Whatever. Let's talk about the Xfinity Series race. Jack, do you want to say who won?
Sam Mayer. Racing for Haas Factory Team. The week I don't pick a Ford.
Yep. Well, you did pick second.
I did. I did pick Jesse Love.
Yep.
And I felt all right about that pick for a while, but
yep.
Didn't quite pan out.
I picked Zilich, who got fourth. He probably could have won, and probably had a good chance of winning if he didn't have to pit twice at the end of the first stage.
Just kidding.
Because he won the first stage, and then had to pit obviously at the end of the stage, and then had to pit another time that ended up like 20th. And I'm like, are you freaking kidding me? Like, Zilich, for the love of God, it wasn't Zilich, it was his team. The wheel wasn't on correctly, but like, it's like, oh my God, he actually could have won easily if he could have won 6 in a row or 5 in a row, whatever it is after next week. Like, but no, his team screwed up. Chastain won stage 2, and Chastain also led 120 laps, which was the most. Sam Mayer only led like 20-something, 30-something, which was the least amount of everyone. But yeah, it was a good race-ish.
Yep. It was a race at Iowa. Hocevar in the 11 was really the wild card for me, because I would think by the time we recorded last week, we didn't have that news yet that Josh Williams was released. Hocevar would be taking over for the week. From the Colleague car, and Hocevar was driving that thing for a lot of this race.
Yeah, he was. Oh, he was so good this race too.
It's always wild watching him in these lower series where like the skill gap can show itself, and it's just okay. Yeah, he is a race car driver.
Yeah.
However much he may be a menace.
Yeah, unless he's in the cup, and then.
Yeah, because speaking of him being a menace, you want to talk about the Cup race?
Yeah, William Byron won the Cup Series race at Iowa Speedway. Hamlin finished 24th, which is who I picked, and Larson finished 28th, which was who Jack picked. To me, it was a boring-ass race, but there were some good moments. I won't lie. There were some great moments in there. It was Iowa. I don't really enjoy Iowa Speedway, but I don't know. That's just me.
I think it's this car more than it's really the.
Oh, it definitely is just this car. No, 100% it's this car. Get to the next gen, because this car ain't it.
Because it was.
Put some more horsepower on them.
It was this week that the ARCA pole was faster than the Cup pole, right?
Sorry?
I'm pretty sure that's at Iowa.
I'm looking it up.
Yeah. This Cup car is just not good on these shorter tracks.
Do we know how to fix it, Jack? Because I can tell you.
More power.
More power. That's absolutely correct.
I genuinely think that... I mean, it's just anything to give the drivers more chance to show their ability. Take away grip. Give them more power. Do whatever you got to do. Just
race in the wet. No, I'm just kidding. Don't do that.
Yeah, why don't they race at like Daytona in the rain?
Oh my God, you weren't wrong. Oh my God.
Yeah, I told you,
bro. The ARCA, the best. So the ARCA pole was 22. It was a 22.9. the Cup Series pole was a 23 flat. Bro.
ARCA, trucks, Xfinity, Cup, and this series is faster. What are we doing? Actually, what?
Bro, dude, it was funny. Butterbean Queen.
Yes,
was
my goat.
He was faster than the second place guy too.
My goat.
The top two for the freaking ARCA race was faster than the Cup Series, and the guy for the second place in qualifying for the ARCA race was 0.016 seconds slower than the pole in the Cup Series. You're telling me NASCAR, that the top 2 in the ARCA Series is virtually the same speed as a Cup Series car around the same track. Out your damn mind. That's disgusting, is what it is. Put more power on these cars. Take off the limiter for these. I don't care what you do. Just bring more power to these cars.
At a short track, I don't think they're really... Eh.
I don't think they might. They realistically, it's NASCAR. They might.
But,
that's gross.
That's what we got. I mean, we already talked about the fuel saving debacle, which once again, it's the teams panicking over fuel, and lo and behold, there's enough to do a burnout. Which I'm starting to wonder what's up with the fuel tanks or like the fuel lines or something, because obviously we've had in the distant past before it was really teams and when it was more kind of individual drivers. We've had drivers cheat with like longer fuel lines or whatever else, but
basketball in fuel tank.
This feels like it's every team, it seems like, that's more gas for their gas.
Yeah.
like I really do wonder what's going on.
Watch it come out that there's like a series wide like cheating scandal coming out.
I mean, I don't think so, but like maybe the data is just terrible. Like I
don't know. Maybe the sensors are off.
It's got
that's the only way.
Maybe it's a spec part, and like the teams just haven't figured that out yet, because it's so consistent that guys just aren't running out of fuel recently.
Yeah, like the Bubba versus Larson 2 races ago, they should have been out of fuel laps before. Like they were like super. They could barely. They were supposedly barely able to make it to the finish line during the regular race. Like Bubba was supposed to run out of fuel before the finish line in the race. He lasted like 20 more laps like with the same fuel he had before. Like that doesn't make any sense.
And that's just one of like half a dozen fuel mileage races we've had this season.
It's gross.
I am curious. Hopping across the Atlantic.
Across the Atlantic, we have the F1 Hungarian Grand Prix at the Hungaroring. Your winner was Lando Norris, which I got correct, so I got one right this week, thankfully. Jack got Piastri, which was P2, so not bad, and Piastri did really well. Obviously, they were fighting at the end. Charles got pole. Lewis qualified P12, finished P12, and has basically lost all confidence in himself. At one point during the weekend saying, "I'm useless, they need a new driver," in which, as a Lewis fan, hurts bad. Because I didn't get to watch his dominance. I started watching in 2023 when he was in the middle of his little, Mercedes being bad, and he still finished third in the championship, and it sucks to see him so far down from where he was at, even in 2023 when I first started, because he was happy about the car. It was just Red Bull is way too fast. We have a great car for this year. Red Bull's too fast, and he's lost. Ferrari has ruined his confidence. Like Ferrari ruins drivers. Fernando Alonso, Felipe Massa, Sebastian Vettel, Charles Leclerc, Carlos Sainz. Just the list goes on and on since Schumacher won and Kimi won in 07. It's like I don't understand how a team does that. Charles led a ton of laps. Lando did a one-stop. Charles lost the lead after his chassis broke and eventually fell down to fourth, which Fred is like, I don't know how the chassis broke because it's a bad chassis. Like,
there was speculation that it wasn't necessarily his chassis breaking.
He was told by the team it was his chassis.
Yeah, but not necessarily like it breaking per se.
Oh.
Like I think it might have been George that was saying that they might have been running low, like physically, like height low, because obviously they've had the issues with the like plank wearing too thin earlier in the season.
Yeah.
And so, like, I think the speculation was maybe for that last stop he had to run higher tire pressures, or there was something because that would be something with the chassis that meant that they had to make a change, because Charles basically knew as soon as he stopped. It was like right after that stop, he knew that the car was driving terribly, right?
Yeah.
So it felt too sudden and too predictable to be something breaking on him.
Mm-hmm.
But maybe they were like in danger of, disqualification or whatever else, right?
Yeah.
Because he also seemed really unhappy about it. Charles did.
Yeah, he was not happy. They've ruined 2 great drivers, by the way, this season.
Yeah.
In other news, Verstappen was a danger to everyone around him.
Yeah, what else is new?
Being
Verstappen
dirty as
wheel to
hell.
wheel. That's
Yeah, Verstappen still doesn't know how to drive wheel to wheel. What, 11 years into his career? Whatever, like 9 years into his career, still doesn't know how to drive wheel to wheel.
Verstappen has never heard of ethical wheel.
Aston Martin got double points. Alonso P5, Stroll P7, and Bortoleto got P6. So, yeah, I think Lance is still ahead of Alonso in the driver's standings, which I love to see.
Some additional context on Lewis. I believe one of the key differences, they had some setup differences between Lewis and Charles this weekend, and Lewis's setup was constantly being changed through the practice sessions. So I do wonder what they were changing, what they were deciding or not, versus what they ended up going with. Because go for it.
I lied. Fernando and Lance Stroll are officially equal on points.
All right. I guess.
Congratulations, Fernando. You are now equal with Lance Stroll on points like you should have been since the beginning of the frickin' year.
I guess the tiebreaker's qualifying. You want to let me know their head-to-head there?
Oh, well, Fernando is ahead in the standings, according to F1.
Well, I was just saying that because I'm pretty sure qualifying is 14-0 in favor of Fernando.
Is it really? That's
yeah,
really
I'm pretty
funny.
sure.
That's really funny.
Which is just a little lopsided.
Yep, just a little. But Lance Stroll's still better, so still equal in points.
Yeah. Lance is he's just insane when he feels like it.
But dude, when it rains, he turns into Senna, like literally.
Yeah.
Prime Senna in the rain is Lance Stroll, except that one time in Monaco. Then he wasn't Senna. He was Nikita Mazepin. But other than that one time in Monaco in 2023, he has been. And what were you saying about Ferrari and Lewis?
Setup changes. They were making for Lewis. They were making a bunch of setup changes throughout, and I believe for Charles, his setup was more consistent throughout the weekend. And so I do wonder what they were trying to find or not. But it did seem like that was the route. Like they were constantly searching for something and kind of kept digging themselves a hole, it felt like.
Yeah. Interesting. I didn't know that. So, let's go to our predictions. Our race predictions for this week. It's all NASCAR. Because IndyCar isn't a thing until... Oh, wait. Maybe IndyCar is racing. Hold up. Let me actually check. I might have screwed up. IndyCar is racing. It's the Grand Prix of Portland. They are racing.
We're back.
Yeah, can you change that? Thank you. Screw it. I'm going to go with this guy. All right. Anyway. For the Truck Series race. For the Truck Series race, actually, I'll just say my entirety. No, I'll save it. For
I'm
the
a
Truck
little
Series
jealous.
race,
I'm a little jealous because I was going to do that, and then I saw that you
predictions.
did that.
Let's go. So during the Truck Series, I have Connor Zilic.
Okay.
Who do you have, Jack?
I went with Corey Heim because my first choice was already taken. But as we saw at Lime Rock, I mean, if we're at a road course in the trucks, it's Heim time. But obviously, Connor Zilic has something to say about that now.
Zilic, me boy. For the Xfinity Series race at Watkins Glen, I have Connor Zilic.
All right. Well, I don't have Connor Zilic for obvious reasons too. So I'm going with based on the speed that we saw from Carson Hocevar last week. This week in the 11 car for Colleague, replacing Josh Williams is going to be Michael McDowell, who for a while, he has, he's won a Daytona 500. He's been good on super speedways, but really his calling card has been as a road racer. You're relative to NASCAR, sure, but like that's his skill set. And so coming down to Xfinity, I'll take McDowell. Why not?
All right. And for the Cup Series race to round out my triple header.
Hang on. No,
What?
I'm not. I'm picking SVG. I forgot he was in the 9 this week. I forgot Shane Van Gisbergen was in the 9. Give me SVG
Wow.
at Watkins Glen.
Wow. All right. Well,
I'm sorry.
why didn't SVG run the trucks? What the heck?
Maybe he will now that now that Zillage is an
we
emergency
just get a Bob
replacement.
Pockrass tweet, and it's like trucks entry list in the
Yeah.
random truck. SVG. That'd be
Shane
so
Van
funny.
Gisbergen in the 02 for Young's Motorsports.
Then you have to change it to SVG. For the Cup Series at Watkins Glen, I'm completing the triple header, and I have Connor Mother Truckin' Zillage to win in the Cup Series race. He's going 3 for 3. He's gonna do what Kyle Larson couldn't this season.
Yeah, I really wanted to pick the triple header sweep for Zillage this week, and then I saw that you already did.
As soon as I saw he got put into the Nice Motorsports, I'm like, all right, this is what I have to do.
Yeah, it would just be so lovely. I mean, I'm picking SVG. I mean, you're on a road course.
Yep.
We've seen what he's done to the field so far. It's
But we have seen what Connor Zillage has done to SVG, and that's make him cry in the corner.
You didn't cry. That was the most fun they've ever had racing a car. Like they were so. That was such a beautiful
he
race.
cried.
Okay, he cried.
He cried.
But yeah, I'll take SVG. I'm looking forward to some fun battles, both in Xfinity and Cup. And who knows, maybe someone will be able to give Zillage a run for his money, or someone will wreck him. I hope that doesn't happen. But
Daniel
it's the trucks.
Suarez last year. Oh, I thought you were talking about the Cup. Never mind, I lied.
No, I'm talking about trucks.
Because that's what happened at Texas. And for IndyCar, I have Scott Dixon at Portland. I was gonna pick a Penske car, but they're cursed this year. I can't do that. So
Yeah,
I have
not
Scott
this year.
Dixon.
Although, hey, Fox just bought part of them, sort of, because they bought part of Penske Entertainment. Right?
Yeah, they bought Penske Entertainment, which is like.
So like,
yeah,
who knows?
Fox.
Maybe they get the.
Hold up. Also, Fox also has a third of the ownership of Indy Motor Speedway.
Yep. Because
So.
that's all. It's all the.
It's all
the
Penske
same.
Entertainment.
It's all Roger Penske. I got Pillow. I mean, if you're taking Dixon, I'm gonna take the guy that you're leaving on the table for me. So.
Yep, I was gonna leave him on the table. I already took I stole Zillage from you, so I thought I'd give you Pillow this week.
I'll take it. A sad F1-less week this week, but
Yep.
instead
Well,
we get our directly overlapping Cup and IndyCar races.
Yep. We actually have 4 weeks of no F1.
Yeah.
So like 3 weeks.
Yep,
3
the next
weeks.
race
4
is
weeks. No, it is
on
4 weeks.
Sunday the 31st.
Yep. 4 weeks of no F1.
In Zandvoort,
It is their
right?
summer break. Yep, it's Zandvoort, and then it's Monza after that. It is their summer break, so hopefully we will get some major news. Maybe a Lewis Hamilton back to Mercedes, please. I beg. Just get him out of Ferrari. Somebody, please. Red Bull, do something. Yeah. Let's go to our main story. We'll talk about this quickly. Will Ryan Preece make the playoffs? Now, if you don't know, he's like 23, 24 points below the cut line. Chris Buescher's ahead of him, Bowman's ahead of him, and then Reddick's ahead of him. Yeah, I really want my Connecticut King to make the playoffs because that would make it 2 for 2 for Connecticut guys in the playoffs. Because we all know Joey Logano won a race, so he's automatically entered. And Preece is 17th. And I'm going to be honest, guys. I'm going to be honest. And, Busch fans might not like me. Kyle Busch ain't making the playoffs. Suck it. No, I'm sorry. I'm a Kyle Busch fan. I find it so funny. Have you seen the Dirty Mo Media? I forget what podcast on that Dirty Mo Media is like of what it is. Like people call in to the podcast and they just say shit. Have you seen it?
I don't think so.
All right, I'm gonna compile my favorite videos, and we're gonna watch some of the videos, and we're gonna post it either on here or on my personal channel, and I'm gonna have you react to them because they're funny as hell. No, they call it. They say the most obscene shit. It is so funny. So I'll compile some, and then we'll make a video about it. But yeah, they bully Kyle Busch a lot. But Kyle Busch currently, if we go to the playoff picture, is 73 points away from the bubble. Pretty much, he needs Buescher to DNF 2 races, and he needs to, win. Pretty much.
I would argue that Preece is the only one that thinks he's fighting for points at this stage.
Oh, 100%. No, 100%. No, Preece is the only one. That's why I said Busch needs Buescher to win, like DNF 2 races, which aren't going to happen.
But
so
here's the problem. I don't think Preece makes it. I'm not convinced Buescher makes it. We have 3 races left. It's Watkins Glen, it's Richmond,
SVG or Zillage,
and it's Daytona.
Yeah.
Watkins Glen, I do not expect Ryan Preece or Chris Buescher to win that race.
I don't expect Reddick or Bo. I expect it's either SVG or it's Zillage.
Yeah, but like even if it's not, it's more than likely either someone that's out of the playoff picture or someone that's already won a race, like out of the points playoff picture. And Daytona, last week of the season, very likely to get a new winner, right? To have someone win their way into the playoffs. But that's also chaos, right? You could be caught up in the big one, and you could practically, like you could end up walking away with that with 1 point if you're on the points.
Ryan Preece is going to tame the demons that he has at Daytona International Speedway.
Are you sure he's not just going to end up upside down like he does at every other super speedway race?
Dude, I've already decided. I've already made my mind up. I'm gonna tweet him. On before the Daytona race. I'm like, Ryan Preece, for the love of God, please try not to flip. I can't afford to see you flip again.
Meanwhile, like Gibbs or Reddick could win Richmond. That's a strong Toyota track pretty often.
Yeah,
right.
I can see Gibbs winning it. Gibbs is fast as hell.
And then, Daytona, you could get anyone that's below on the standings to win and bump people down. Like, I'm honestly
except for Ricky
convinced...
Stenhouse Jr. He's gonna wreck. Except for Cody Ware. Dude, what if Cody Ware pulls what's his name? Harrison Burton. Yeah, what if he pulls a Harrison Burton at Daytona?
I would be a little sad. By that I mean a lot of sad because he's not a very good person.
I would cry. What about Riley Herbst then?
Still not my favorite, but I'd rather him than Gregson.
I don't, because I need Heim in that 2311 ASAP.
Well, if we learned anything from Burton, that's not going to save your job. But my bold prediction because of that is that none of the 3 RFK cars make it into the playoffs. We get a new winner that bumps down that last spot on points, and Bowman holds to that last playoff spot.
Well, we know Brad ain't getting in unless he wins. We know.
And of the 3 of them, I feel like Brad is the most likely to win.
Yeah.
I don't think.
I don't want to admit it, but yeah.
At Watkins
like
Glen,
I would
you're
say
talking about super speedways.
Yeah, I would say chances to win of the RFK cars: Brad number 1, Preece number 2, Buescher number 3.
Ooh, I have Buescher because Buescher is good.
Buescher's fallen off in the past couple of weeks.
Good, but I still could see Buescher doing what he's done in previous years and just showing up to the racetrack with a rocket ship. Right?
Did he not win Richmond last week or last year?
Maybe. I actually don't remember.
Or was it Watkins Glen that he won last year? I forget which one he won. I think he might have won Watkins Glen last year.
I will check. It was Watkins Glen.
Yeah. Okay. So,
which
I think with
a playoff race at the time.
Yeah. So he could very well. I don't know. Who knows? I would be surprised if Bowman doesn't win in the next 3 weeks.
Oh, see, I wouldn't.
Really? Really?
Where would he win? Richmond?
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, Austin Dillon did
or
win
Daytona
last year, but Richmond to me feels like a Toyota track. Ooh, Daytona.
Yeah,
I don't think so.
But I mean, well, no, Daytona's literally anyone could freaking win at this point.
Yeah.
Like it's super speedway, but like, I can see him win Richmond. I know it's Toyota favorite track, but like he's been out of his mind in the past couple of weeks. Like, yeah, he hasn't won, but he's gotten damn close to it at certain points. So like,
we'll see.
You know, do we think he's gonna be leaving soon? Like genuinely, like because he hasn't won a race.
I don't know, man. He's got the ally backing, right? He was chosen as kind of the successor to Jimmy in that way.
But he hasn't really like performed like it.
He's been the odd guy out at Hendrick vibes wise. But he's also like the ultimate teammate at Hendrick. He's like the only guy that actually helps the other three drivers.
Yeah.
The other three
we all
really
know William
themselves.
Byron doesn't do that. We know Byron doesn't help his teammates after last week.
Well, and we learned that with Bowman
because he went
Chase
behind
Elliott
Bubba
to the win earlier this season.
Yeah.
Like it's just, you know, Bowman puts a lot in and doesn't get much out, which is disappointing. But he also either doesn't get the race-winning cars or doesn't have the race-winning speed that the other three drivers there have.
I'm trying to see like to be fair, he normally doesn't win.
Bowman?
Oh no, he won 2024, didn't in 2023, won in 2022, won in 21, won 4. Damn, he won 4 in 21. Damn.
Yeah.
Won 1 in 22. Okay, so he does normally win every year, but not always. Since 2019, he's won every year. So that's the only reason why I see him winning at Richmond. Like I can't.
I mean, he's also got the whole playoffs to do it, whether he's in them or not, right?
That is true because he pretty much he's guaranteed. Well, he's not guaranteed. If SVG wins this week, he's guaranteed in the playoffs. Basically, like he has to completely fall off. Yeah, but then he's the. Oh, you're right. I keep forgetting Reddick isn't. Keep forgetting Reddick didn't win. So yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
he is not basically guaranteed in. In 2 races, he will be if no new winners arise. But
yeah, if we go into Daytona with no new winners,
which I could also see
depending on the points league he'd be in.
Like I could see that.
Oh yeah,
I could see no new winners in the next 2 weeks.
Speaking of seeing things, game time.
Game time! Sorry, that was really obnoxious. All right. Let me share my screen.
Uh-oh.
Window.
This is terrifying.
Okay. So what this is...
Quaking in my boots. Hang on.
This is... Oh, yeah?
Are you sharing?
I'm not sharing yet.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I'm gonna talk about it and then I'm gonna share. So this is a game that I like to call Guess the Driver from their driver's reference page. If you don't know what a driver's reference page is, you probably don't watch any other sports because football reference, soccer reference, baseball reference, basketball reference is massive in the U.S. It pretty much just has every player that's ever played for any team ever. And for racing reference... it's not exactly called Racing Reference, but if you look up like Racing Reference,
it just is Racing-Reference.
No, I don't think that's an actual thing. I got this from a completely separate website that's not called Racing Reference, but they have
Reference.info is what I use, although it isn't updated too frequently.
I use the one that's very updated, so it's updated.
Well, like it's up to date, but they have some. Like lag time, and it's American focused, although they have F1 data.
Yeah, I have F1 IndyCar. I think the one I use is like F1 IndyCar. I have it on the game sheet for like it's called. Oh wait, no, it is RacingReference.info. Never mind, okay. I lied. I lied. Yeah, for some reason I didn't think it was called that because it doesn't. I never looked at the title. It is RacingReference.info. If you want to check it out, they have Cup, Xfinity, Trucks, ARCA, Modified, International, IMSA, IndyCar, F1. They don't have WEC, funny enough, but or MotoGP, but
it's American focused with
it's American
F1
focused.
Thrown in.
Yep. So here we go. First driver.
Uh-oh. Oh, dear God.
There is a lot of
this is
years in this one.
This is a long list. However,
This is a long list.
based on the years and such, I am just going to say Richard Petty.
Yes.
I say
it is
and
Richard
such because there is a 200 staring at me in the bottom of that page. And that feels like a dead giveaway.
Petty. It is Richard Petty. All right, next.
I'll take it.
Next reference page.
Uh-oh.
Here we go.
Let's see.
This is a mighty one.
32 of 36. Races 15 of 36. That looks like Matt Kenseth.
This is Matt Kenseth.
Okay.
That is correct.
I was like, I'm looking at the years. It makes sense. And then he was the injury sub for, or not injury sub. Woo! He was the reputational injury sub for Kyle Larson that year.
Here is the third and final one, and I would give you a hint if you cannot get it, because I don't think you're going to get it on first glance.
This is scary.
Here we go.
Uh-oh. Yeah, no, this is scary. Whoa. Races 0, 1, 3, 4. What? One top 5 in his career?
Yeah.
What?
You do know who this person is by proxy.
What are you... What are you doing
You know
to
who
me?
this driver is. You know who this driver is.
Oh, God.
And I can give you a hint at any point if you're stumped.
I would love a hint, honestly.
Does the town Norwalk ring a bell?
Yeah, but that actually isn't helping me here.
I could give you another one if you'd like. Would you like another hint?
Sure.
Does a recycling center ring a bell?
Oh, boy. Ah, shoot. What's his first name? It's LaJoy. Is it like Nap LaJoy?
No, it is Randy LaJoy.
Randy LaJoy, okay.
It is Randy. For people who don't know, he owns... So, we're both from Connecticut. He owns a recycling center in Norwalk. And I passed it one time. And it was so funny. Because I saw it and I'm like, that's not what I think it is. I pull over to the recycling center. I look it up and I'm like, oh my God, it is. And he was a NASCAR driver. He was not a very good one, but he was a NASCAR driver.
I would like to add that the name I guessed, Nap LaJoy, was a early 20th century baseball player. So that's why the name came to mind, because I was just guessing, but that was about a century off and the wrong sport entirely.
Yeah. Jack's a baseball nerd if you didn't know. All right. Second game. Here we go. I would like for you to name the top 10 youngest NASCAR drivers to win a championship.
Ooh, top 10
now,
youngest.
there are, I know for a fact, there's 1, 2, 3 you're probably not even close to getting.
So,
but you're going to get the other ones pretty quickly.
What I do know is that there's only a handful to have won before the age of 30.
These are all under the age of 30. Actually, I can specify this. This is all under the age of 29.
So I'm just gonna... Logano
is correct. In 2018, he was 28 years, 5 months, and 25 days old. That is 7th.
Did Blaney make the cut? Because you said 29, and I forget.
No, Blaney
he was 29
did not
something.
make the cuts. He was 29 something.
Does Petty make the cut?
Which one?
First? Richard.
Richard does make the cut. He is 5th. In 1964, he was 27 years, 4 months, and 6 days old.
I lost you for a second there.
Oh, I said yes. Richard Petty made the cut. In 1964, he was 27 years, 4 months, and 6 days old. He is fifth.
Okay. Give me Chase Elliott.
Chase Elliott is correct. He was third in 2020. He was 24 years, 11 months, and 11 days old.
Give me Jeff Gordon like 4 times.
Yes, but I only counted the first time.
No, I know.
So, in 1995, he was 24 years, 3 months, and 8 days old. He's probably the youngest you're going to get because I don't think you know this number one.
Okay.
At least I'm pretty sure.
Does Larson make the cut?
Larson does not make the cut.
Okay. Because now I'm just thinking backwards through the years. Was Brad's in 2012?
Yes, Brad Keselowski rounds out the top 10. He is number 10.
Okay.
In 2012, he was 28 years, 9 months, and 6 days old.
That's unfortunately probably about as far as I'll get.
No, it is not.
At least
no,
without
it is
hints.
not.
Really?
I know for a fact you know 2 more of these.
2 more.
I can give you a hint on the one that I know. It's a little harder to get. But this next one, one of the ones I know you should know.
Was Jimmy's
So
first when he was within this age
Nope.
range? Okay.
Nope. I can give you the. Okay, let me give you the hint of the older one that I think you know.
Okay.
I think he has a brother in NASCAR. That wasn't NASCAR. But let me give you. He does. He did have a brother. So it's a brother, and the brother is the 2000 Winston Cup Series champion.
Is it a Bodine?
No. Hold on. Is he a brother? Or is he a? Hold on. Is he a brother? Or is he a son? It's a good question. I think he's a.
I am
Yeah, I think it's a brother. The
Fully
brother won
blinking.
it in the 80s. He won in the 2000. In 2000. So the brother won the. I said too much. The
okay.
brother won in 2000.
Labonte?
The one I'm looking for. What?
Terry Labonte?
Yes.
If
Terry
you said
Labonte.
if you started to say Bob.
Yeah, Terry Labonte. He won
That's
in
good because I was fully
1984.
blanking until I heard Bob. So
Yeah, in 1984, Terry Labonte was 28 years, 0 months, and 2 days old. Would you like a hint for the last one? I feel like you're going to know.
okay. Sure.
Radioactive. He does.
Kyle Busch?
No, it's not.
Kurt Busch.
Yeah. How is
Okay.
Kyle the first one you go to?
Because I remember him more from Radioactive, if I'm
Really?
gonna be honest. Yeah.
I know Kurt Busch more from Radioactive, mostly
I
because
guess it's because you didn't watch
God,
the
I
race.
hate my effing job. God, I hate it. It's my
I
favorite
guess you didn't
line
really
of
watch
his.
Kurt race, so
No, I didn't. I love Kurt Busch so much. I just never got to see him race. He is fourth. In 2004, he was 26 years, 3
Oh,
months, and 17
duh.
days old.
2004.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
One of them, the last name rhymes with Glock.
It's not gonna.
All right, so I'll give you the rest. Herb Thomas in 1951 was 28 years, 7 months, and 19 days old.
All right.
In eighth was Tim Flock in 1952 at 28 years, 6 months, and 19 days.
All right.
And number 1 was Bill Rexford in 1950, 23 years, 7 months, 15 days old.
yeah.
Three of the top 10 youngest NASCAR Cup Series winners came in 3 consecutive years.
Yeah. Those 3. Well, actually,
At the start of NASCAR.
Rexford, I
probably.
wouldn't have gotten no matter what. The other 2 are the kind of thing where I can recognize it, but definitely wouldn't have been able to recall
Yeah.
it. And
Yeah.
I'm a little embarrassed on Kurt Busch. I'm not gonna lie, but otherwise,
Yeah,
I'll
that
take
was
it.
bad. That was I made a post about Kurt Busch Radioactive because it is literally my favorite freaking thing is Kurt Busch Radioactive. I will sometimes like if I'm really like if I just need a pick me up, right? Like if I hate my life, right? I don't do that very often, but if I really need to pick me up, I'll go look at Kurt Busch saying how much he hates his job in NASCAR.
No, actually,
It is
pause. If I
radioactive.
need to pick me up, I just go look at Kurt Busch.
Fair.
No,
That's
but
fair. I love Kurt Busch.
I just
He's great.
saw it, pause. But
Hey, yo.
uh, um, yeah,
You
I don't
fumbled.
know. I'll take that. That's a fine showing. It's a fine showing.
That's a fine showing. You got 7 out of the 10.
And 5 with
Not
no
bad.
hints, right?
5 with no hints.
I'll take that.
It's not bad. It's not bad.
I'll take that. I'll take it.
All right.
I keep saying, as I'm
Yeah.
less and less likely to actually take it. Now, next week it'll be your turn in the
Next
hot
week.
seat.
It'll be my turn in the hot seat.
Yes, it will.
Yeah.
And you won't know what's about to hit you. Just
I'm
kidding.
scared.
I won't go too
I'm
hard
so
on you.
scared for that.
I remember
I'm
there
so
was the
scared
one
for that.
time we did games earlier on, and I went all in.
Oh, I was so screwed up. I didn't know any of them. My mind blanked.
Yeah.
I don't remember what it was, but my mind blanked. So for people who don't know, we're gonna do games every podcast. Normally 2, so we'll alternate who is in the hot seat. But I made an entire list. So my favorite podcasts, non-motorsports related, have to do with I like their short content more than anything. Motorsports podcasts I actually watch the full thing, but for sports that I don't personally care that much about, or to watch the full podcast, I watch their clips. And one of them is called the Deep 3 Pod, which is a basketball podcast with 3 dudes. Their dynamic is funny as hell. And they also have a football podcast. I don't remember what it's called. There's another one called The Front 3, which I like their short content as well. They're a soccer podcast. I think it's called The Front 3. I might be wrong. And then they're a soccer podcast, though. And then the last one, if you know basketball, you know who Kenny Beecham is. If you know 2K. He is my favorite 2K guy. Out there. Danny 2K is a close second, but where is his podcast? Well, I'm looking. I'm looking for his pod. I think it's just. Hold up. It's called Numbers on the Board, and they're short content. I'm not a major basketball fan like I am football, American football or motorsports, but
He says in an
I
NBA
love
jersey.
Vince Carter. No, I just like jerseys, man. That's my favorite thing. Just jerseys. But I actually thrifted this for $5. So you know. But what I was gonna say was I like basketball because they're very creative with their shorts content and the games they play on their pods. So that's what we're gonna kind of try to capture here at ApexToOval at the end of the podcast. Yeah, I'm going to also in the future. We're going to try to have some guests on the podcast. I will update everyone depending on when we do, or if any of them are confirmed. I will update the pod. I'm not going to say who because I'm not going to jinx it, but I'm trying to get some people on. So, yeah, that's about it. Thank you guys for watching. Let's hope that Ryan Preece makes the playoffs so my Connecticut Kings can be in the playoffs together.
Ryan Preece stuns the world at Watkins Glen. That's going to be us this time next week.
Yep. I hope so. No, generally, I hope so. If Connor Zillich can't win, Ryan Preece, please. And then after Ryan Preece, then it's SVG. But
Zillich and SVG take each other out in the final corner. Out of the smoke
Ryan
emerges Ryan Preece.
They have a 38 car pileup. Out of the back of the pack, Ryan Preece emerges unscathed.
Exactly.
And wins Watkins Glen.
Exactly.
So yeah, hopefully Ryan Preece can make the playoffs. He's actually doing a lot better than Busch right now. In recent past 5 races, he's been outperforming Busch heavily. So yeah. Also, shout out to RFK. One last thing before we go. Shout out to RFK. This is the first time since 2012 in Texas and Kansas where multiple drivers back-to-back races got top 5s. Brad Keselowski and Ryan Preece got back-to-back top 5s for the first time since 2012.
They got speed.
They got speed. So, who knows at this point. But thank you guys for watching. Jack, do you have any final thoughts?
I hate to do this to you, Connor Zilic, but I hope you lose all 3 races.
Whoa! Whoa!
I
Connor Zilic, boy.
need the win. I need it.
Yeah, Jack's being outclassed by me in guesses, like 15 to 4
I've been
or something
outclassed
like that.
since like week
Yeah.
1, dude. It's been bad.
It's like 29 to like 4 for our guesses. Like,
Hey,
he's gotten like 4 right the entire time.
Whoa.
That's
it's
pretty
28
much
to
what
3.
it's
It's
been.
28 to 3, okay?
Whoa! No, we can't bring that up again. My coach, that's my coach, my offensive coordinator, my coach,
Oh shoot, yeah.
Kyle Shanahan, my goat. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe. Check out socials and peace out.